And welcome back to Louisville Now. I'm your host, John Ramsey. Time to talk about some fun stuff. With me now is Brooke Pardue. She is the president and CEO of the Parks Alliance of Louisville. And when I say fun stuff, you're coming off a big event. That Jack-o'-lantern spectacular is just that. It's spectacular. How'd it go?
It went really well. I will say that we did have more rain this October than we have had in the last few years, but we managed to get through and once again, for the fourth year in a row, had more than 100,000 visitors to the event.
Wow.
So
wow. That's
we're
a big one.
super excited about that.
As you should be, and despite the rain, I think people know it's a unique experience. There's nothing like it anywhere in the country, is there?
No, there really isn't. There are two other cities where you can see, Jack-o'-lantern spectacular, but they are at the Providence Zoo and the Minnesota Zoo. So the fact that our trail goes through the amazing woods at Iroquois Park, it is a one-of-a-kind event.
Brooke, what you do, of course, I've been focusing here on Iroquois Park, but Parks with an S, Alliance of Louisville, you do so much more. What is your emphasis right now? Let's talk about that.
Well, I will say that overarching, what the Parks Alliance does is we advocate for additional funding from Louisville Metro for our public parks. We educate the community on how vitally important our public parks are to our health, to the environment, they reduce crime. They're just a critical part of any great city's infrastructure. And then we also advocate and activate donors to support our priority projects. And one of the projects that we're working on right now is G.G. Moore Park, which is just down the street from where we're standing right now.
Yeah, I was going to mention G.G. Moore Park because admittedly, not familiar. So familiarize me and the viewers here on Louisville Now.
So during our Parks for All initiative, which we conducted in 2022 and launched in 2023, we did a deep dive into the condition of every single one of our 124 parks. And then we looked at the condition of the neighborhoods that those parks serve. We looked at historic investment, and G.G. Moore Park has actually not seen any investment in more than 20 years. So it is, everything there is well beyond its lifespan. And so we've been working really closely with the community to identify what it is that they want to see in this park. And then we are going to completely reimagine the park. Basically tearing down everything that's there and starting over again. The feedback that we've gotten has been incredible. What we have learned through the process is amazing. When we did Alberta Jones Park in the California neighborhood, we thought at the time that that was the first park in the state of Kentucky named after a Black woman. Turns out that G.G. Moore is Georgia G. Moore. She lived in the late 1800s, early 1900s. She was a suffragist. She was an educator. She was she was a poet. They referred to her as the Phyllis Wheatley of Kentucky. So not only are we going to be able to completely reimagine this park, but we're going to be able to tell Georgia's story.
Wow. So another reason to be proud of Louisville, and you've got to be proud of the work that you're doing at G.G. Moore Park.
Yeah, we really are.
There seems to be somewhat of a renaissance and revitalization of parks. The mayor talks often, Mayor Greenberg talks often about quality of place.
Yes.
And to enhance that, that not only helps us retain talent here in Louisville, but also to attract talent. If I'm coming in with a family, I'm going to take a look around at our parks and say, hey, my kids, can they enjoy life here? And as an adult, I enjoy going to a park. You kind of touched upon the importance of that, but that is the mission, right?
That is absolutely our mission. And I will say, when we were doing the Parks for All initiative, we did a citywide poll and asked people lots of questions about how often do you use parks? What do you want to see in our parks? One of the questions that we asked was, what makes a city a great place to live? And first was safety. Second was, First was safety. Second was schools.
Okay.
And third was parks. it beat out affordable housing. It beat out
believe that.
all sorts of things that you would not really understand unless you did this type of poll. But our public parks are so beloved,
Yes.
so used. 96% of the people polled said that they or a family member had been into a park in the last year. 87% of those folks said that it was a Louisville Metro public park. I mean, this is investing in our public parks is something that impacts every single person.
Yeah, and there are some, and me included, who go to a park weekly, monthly.
Right.
And I'm very proud of that, and I'm very aware because traveling a little bit, a lot of cities don't have what we have in terms of parks. So I mentioned that there was a lot going on, this renaissance of, revitalization of parks. Give me some highlights. Some folks may not be familiar with some of the things. You mentioned the splash pad. Talk about some of the things that have been done in the last couple of years.
Well, I would say for the Parks Alliance, Alberta O. Jones Park in the California neighborhood, that's been our largest project. We are getting ready by spring to finish kind of Phase 1A. We still have Phase 2 that we're working on. Right now, Ballard Park in the Smoketown neighborhood is under construction. That'll open, completely reimagined. That will open in the spring. But I will say we still have a long way to go in Louisville.
Hey, that's fair.
Right now, we are investing in our parks to the tune of about $40 per cap, and our peer cities are at 107.
Oh.
So we are ranked 96th out of the 100 most populous cities. So while we have some really amazing parks, we do have parks like Ballard and Georgia G. Moore that really need significant investment, and that's what the Parks Alliance focuses on.
Brooke, thank you for what you do. Okay, that was really, to me, a reminder. Get out to your parks, enjoy them, because we have fantastic parks, and much of that is I'm thankful for to Brooke Pardue. All right, so once again, we're Louisville Now. We're going to be right back after these, and we'll talk more about positive things happening in Louisville. Yes, indeed, that's what it's all about here on Louisville Now.